Hello everybody, welcome to the video. My name is Jamie from Wilderness Games. Today we're doing an Amiga Memories video. Now I have done a similar video to this on the C64. It was a top 10 C64 Memories video. So, like that video, this one is also going to be 10 memories. And I have to admit, it was quite difficult on both videos to try and reduce it down to 10 with so many memories. But anyway, the Amiga is my favourite system of all time. However, the C64 is a very, very close second. But anyway, I had great fun with both videos. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This one's actually a little bit longer. But anyway, let's start off with number 1 on the list. This is the Amiga top 10 memories video. Let's go. There we go. Tremendous game. If we're going to do the memories video, we've got to start right at the beginning with Xenon 2. Okay, so the game is Xenon 2 Megablast, a 1989 shoot-up video game developed by Big Bad Brothers, published by Imageworks for the Amiga and the Atari ST. It was later converted to Master System, Mega Drive, Commodore CD-TV, Game Boy, Acorn Archimedes, and the Atari Jaguar platforms. The game is a sequel to Xenon, which takes place a millennium after the events of the previous game. The goal of the game is to destroy a series of bombs planted throughout the history of the Xenites, the eventual antagonists of the first game. Xenon 2 Megablast is the third major video game release of Big Bad Brothers. Met with critical acclaim, commercial success, the reviewers praising the detailed visuals, the addictive gameplay, the variety of weapons, and innovative soundtrack. And in my case, how it all started with the Commodore Amiga 500. This is the first game we saw. We saw it in 1989. It wasn't ours, unfortunately. It was actually a friend of my dad's. In fact, it was actually his son. His eldest son was called Daniel. We went around their house, met them for the first time, and he was playing this. Now, we never heard of Amiga before. We never heard of this game before. But what a game to see first. We was absolutely blown away by the graphics, the visuals, the animation, and of course the soundtrack was amazing. Now, I can't remember if we actually played it. I think we just watched it. But yeah, it was an amazing game to watch. And it didn't take long. We wanted one so badly, and we asked our dad very, very nicely, can we please have a Commodore Amiga for Christmas? And we got it the same year. We got it Boxing Day, 1989. A Christmas I will never forget. Now, because my mum and dad had actually split up, we didn't see our dad on Christmas Day. We saw him on Boxing Day. But it was still worth the wait. What a gift to get. What a gift to unwrap. And it was the Batman pack. Of course, this game did not feature in the Batman pack, but after a few months, we got this game as well. And what a game. Now, amazingly, I've never actually finished it. I have got very, very close on a number of occasions, but I can't get past the second to last boss. But it's absolutely an amazing game to play. They're quite long as well, but yeah, you can get so many power-ups in this game. Of course, they cost a price, when you get to the shop at the end of the stage. There we go, what a game. What a Christmas. Xenon 2 Megablast is a scrolling shoot-em-up in which the player takes the role of a starship pilot that must destroy the 5 bombs planted throughout the history of the villainous nanites. The player controls the Megablast, a small battlecraft that can move in multiple directions and is equipped by a ray gun for an offensive measure, and a shield from enemy attacks and collisions for a temporary period. And is split into 5 scoring levels ranging from the theme of the Cambrian era to the futuristic metallic spaceway. These levels are primarily inhabited by aggressive life forms that have been mutated by radiation emanating from the bomb planted in each of the levels. Right, again, great artwork, absolutely superb. You'll hit him in the eyeball, and it explodes with boom boom pow, and pick up all those coins. Coins are bubbles. Boss, look at my energy, my lord, not good. Right, I'm going to risk it here. I'm going to risk this for a well-earned biscuit. I'm going to sell that, and that is going to give me a lot of money. Probably the most I've ever had in this game. Look at that money. Right, go for it. What are we going to go for? Well, the world is my oyster here. Okay, for this video, I'm going to show you what happens when you spend £6,000 on some Goodnight Shades, which I believe is the most expensive thing in this game. We're going to buy them. I'm going to show you. I do it so you don't have to. That is some expensive shades. Right, so I'm going to... Are you ready for £6,000 worth of Goodnight Shades? Yes. So this is the Goodnight Shades. If you're going to spend £6,000 on a Goodnight Shades, this is what it does. It just makes it darker. That is all it does. And not only that, not for very long at all. I mean, isn't that just crazy money? I mean, that is insane, isn't it? Anyway, we are now on the second to last level. We have really bought a lot of weapons here. We have got 2 cannons, 2 lasers, no side shots, no rear shots. I've sold them. I sold them to get the Goodnight Shades. But yeah, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? But anyway, of course, Goodnight Shades have appeared in other games. Magic Pockets, of course. Right. Now, this is a level I can't get past. I've tried so many times. Once again, it's got me. I didn't even get to the boss. There you go, superb game.
Welcome to Fright Night.
I know what you're thinking. Yes, that is a DVD. Unfortunately, I don't have a box Amiga version in my collection. And yes, this is a memory for me. This was the second game we saw. I'm trying to remember what I remember in the old days and also try and do it in the right order. But this is the second game we saw. It was on the same day we saw Xenon 2. After Xenon 2, we saw this. Now, me and my brother were big horror fans, and we were lucky to see as many as we did at a very young age, at the age we were. My dad was awesome. But we'd never seen a horror game or a computer game before. So this was a good thing for us as well. Okay, so the game is Fright Night. Fright Night is based on a 1985 Columbia Picture movie of the same name. You play as vampire Jerry Dandridge in an arcade-style action game. You prowl the rooms of the mansion searching for victims. You have to dodge crucifixes thrown at you and sink your teeth in anything that looks tasty. Once you drain the blood of your victims, you can proceed to the next level. Keep an eye out for the unhealthy. They will drain your life force. Too much bad blood and you're a dead vampire. You can run back to the coffin if you're low on health to regenerate. As well, you must go back to the coffin before the sun comes up, or you're a toasty vampire. Again, it's brilliant. I don't know how well it got in terms of ratings, but we'd never seen or played a horror game on a computer before. And we loved our horror films. We really did. We loved Friday the 13th. We loved Nightmare on Elm Street and Chucky. Big fans of those. And even though my mum didn't really approve of us watching all these horror films, my dad had no problem with it. Anyway, we found all the victims. On this level, there's only 2 to find. Drain their blood by biting them on the throat, and we go back to the coffin before the sun rises. Anyway, a brilliant game. But there we go. It was the second game we saw on the Amiga. We survived Monday. There we go. 2,275 points. There we go. 1989 came and gone, but it ended on a seriously good high. There we go. I'm sure you guys are not surprised. It's my next pick, and we got the sticker here as well. And over the course of time, I bought myself a big box version. It's absolutely amazing. Batman the movie. Okay, so the game is Batman, also known as Batman the Movie, an action video game developed and published by Ocean Software, based on a 1989 movie of the same name. It was released in 1989 for Amiga, Amstrad CPC, Atari ST, Commodore 64, MS-DOS, MSX, and ZX Spectrum. Commodore UK reached an agreement with Ocean Software to bundle the game in with an Amiga 500 computer. Between October 1989 and September 1990, the A500 machine was sold in the United Kingdom in a Batman-themed box, also containing New Zealand Story, F8 Interceptor, and Deluxe Paint 2, both contributed by Electronic Arts. With an initial commission of 10,000 units, 186,000 were sold at the end of the run, making it the most successful Amiga bundle ever to be sold by Commodore. It was a brilliant deal. Well done, David Pleasance, who I met in the year 2020. And we was one of those lucky 186,000 to get one of these on Boxing Day in 1989. A Christmas I will never forget. It was brilliant. And this game, brilliant. Absolutely superb. Played at absolute death. Not a really long game, only 5 levels, but it's absolutely superb. My favourite movie-based game of all time. And it's also my favourite Batman movie of all time. It's absolutely superb. Now, 2 levels take place on foot, 2 levels take place on the streets of Gotham City. Now, the second level is actually my favourite level in this game, which is in the Batmobile. The second level on the streets of Gotham City is in the Batwing. But my least favourite level is actually the shortest level in this game, which is level 3, which is the Batcave. Really difficult. I've always struggled with that one. A short level, but it does cause a bit of an issue. But sometimes I do it first time. Anyway, it is superb. Now, we do have time limit here. We have 2 lives at the start. We can get a possible 3. Now, it's rare that I do run out of time on this game, but this game, you do actually earn points by walking. Now, we've got enemies. We've got people with guns and people with grenades, but the AI in this game is absolutely brilliant. They're not stupid. They'll track you down. You also get drips and gas. Now, the gun people can shoot up and down as well as forward and shooting while crouching, but the grenade people are, without a shadow of a doubt, the most difficult in this game. Getting hit in the face with a grenade takes a lot more energy than getting shot. Now, falling from a great big height will kill your character. We've got low energy or high energy. It's an instant kill. Providing you have got additional life, of course. And they do earn additional life by completing levels. And they do get checkpoints per level, apart from the Batcave. But that is also timed. Anyway, now these henchmen will track you down. They'll use ladders. You can use ladders if you so wish. Or just use the bat rope. We also have the batarang, which goes to full length of the screen. You can only fire in a forward direction. Can't fire anywhere else. But the bat rope is brilliant. You use it to get the higher ground. Also use it at an angle. Now these drips are bad, and so is the gas. It won't take a little bit of energy, but once it gets you, it gets you. But anyway, we'll keep moving. Anyway, so far so good. We have 5 minutes 12 still remaining. It's plenty of time to get the job done. I'm not going to rely on checkpoints today. Now, I have long played this a long time ago. It was very, very early on in the channel, but I will redo it because I did have quite a few issues on that video. But quite recently, I have been playing it quite a lot, and I've actually now got to the point now where I can actually complete it from start to finish without dying, providing I get through that back cave successfully first time, which sometimes it does, but most of the time it doesn't. Anyway, these drips are an issue, but sometimes a lot more close together, which can be a bit of an issue, yeah, once it gets you. So try and avoid it whenever you can, if you can. Anyway, we've got to use the back rope at an angle here, but avoid those drips. Okay, superb. 4 minutes 30. Now, I have played the C64 version. In fact, that's the only other version I've played, so I'd be interested to see these other versions. But this is definitely my favourite. Of course it's going to be my favourite. You know, it's Amiga, say no more. Anyway, those grey people are deadly. They're really, really accurate. They'll throw really, really high or really, really low, whatever the case may be. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Now, your energy is the image of Batman, which at the moment is looking more like a Joker than it is a Batman. Once the full image is unveiled of the Joker, game over. Depending on how many lives you've got, of course. But anyway, we're going to swing, press fire button to release it into the air, and keep going that direction. Just don't fall a great big distance. You can fall some distance, but not too much. Okay, more drips to contend with, more grenade people to contend with, more angled shots with the bat rope. They can also drop through the floor by pressing down and fire. You can also control the camera by pressing up and down, which is a nice touch to this game. Right, of course, this is the first level, and at the end of this level, you see Jack Napier. You've got to try and hit him, so he goes into the vat of chemicals, turning him from Jack Napier into the Joker. But the Joker doesn't actually appear much in this game, in the 5 levels. He's very, very brief in this game. Anyway, we're close to the end of level territory. Now, this Jack Napier character does have a bodyguard, and he is a difficult grenade person. But there he goes. He's the top left corner of the screen. Top right, Jamie. There we go, successful. And she was poo, but there we go. He falls into the tops of gas. Superb! There we go. Absolutely amazing game. Batman the movie. Next on the list, New Zealand Story. Came out in the same year, and of course it was bundled in with the Batman pack, which is why it's another memory for me. But again, this is the order we played them, and loved it. Brilliant game. Okay, so the game is New Zealand Story, a 1988 arcade game developed and published by Chateau. The game's concept and setting was inspired by a holiday trip in New Zealand by one of the Chateau programmers. The player controls Toki, a Kiwi who must save his girlfriend Fifi and several of the other Kiwi chick friends who have been kidnapped by a large blue leopard seal while avoiding enemies. The player has to navigate a scrolling maze-like level. At the end of each, they release one of the Kiwi chick friends trapped in a cage. In 2005, the arcade game received a remake on the Nintendo DS under the title of New Zealand Story Revolution. And again, it's brilliant, but I've never ever finished this game. I've not got anywhere close to finishing it. Of course, we have secrets. We're not going to use that today. No, we're going to go and rescue the Kiwi. But again, brilliant. Okay, second level. But yeah, it's one of those games I've played to absolute death. I really, really have. But it's a long game. It's a challenging game. The problem with this game is there's so many flying enemies. You also get enemies that attack you if you take too long. And so many spikes. Have to admit, I was never really a fan of his jumping. Especially when there's lots and lots of spikes nearby. At the moment it's okay, but this is very, very early days. But over the course of the game, of course, there's going to be spikes absolutely everywhere. Now, you cannot fly, but you can when you steal an enemy's weapon. In this case, I don't know what it is. Actually, you know what? I don't actually know what it is. But we're flying on it anyway. Now, this can be popped by enemy firepower. Now, you get so many weapons in this game, but let's take it nice and steady and rescue as many Kiwis as possible. The goal of each level is to safely get Toki through the level, avoiding enemy spikes and fire. Toki dies with one hit and they rescue one of the Kiwi friends at the end. The weaponry starts off as an endless supply of arrows, but pickups can change into bombs, lasers, and even bouncy fireballs. These act a little differently, and what is useful depends on the player's location. A distinctive feature of the game is the ability to ride useful flying vehicles, including balloons, blimps, and UFOs. Vehicles can be found ready to use or can be stolen from an enemy, including a balloon. There we go. Now the balloon is the best one because it can take multiple hits. But anyway, boss battle is a whale. Now it starts off here, eventually will consume you and the battle will take place once from there. But yeah, you got shooting from inside of his mouth, while avoiding the drips. Now in the old days this proved to be quite a difficult boss for me, but now, boom boom pow, have some of that. There you go, one Kiwi found. But again, tremendous game, but never finished it. Come on! You knew it was going to be in there, didn't you? Of course it's a memory for me. What a game! Came out in 1989. Because we got the computer so late in 1889, we got this in very, very early 1990. And this is one of our first purchases. Amazing game. What a memory it is for me. Superb. Okay, so the game is Shadow of the Beast, a platform game developed by Reflections and published by Psygnosis in 1989. The original version was released for Amiga and later ported to many other systems. The game is known for its graphics, with its many on-screen colours, up to 12 layers of palette scrolling backdrops, and for its atmospheric score composed by Dennis Whitaker and used high-quality instrument samples. It was followed by two sequels, Shadow of the Beast in 1990 and Shadow of the Beast 3 in 1992, and a remake for PlayStation 4 released in May 2016, which included the Amiga original. What a game! What a game! Brilliant game, my second favourite game of all time. Absolutely outstanding. Now first when we got here, a long time ago, we didn't have the fireballs, of course we didn't get very far. Graphics from Shadow of the Beast and Shadow of the Beast 2 were featured in two special levels in the original Lemmings game for the Amiga, Sega Mega Drive Genesis, PC, SNES and the Atari ST versions, called A Beast of a Level and A Beast 2 of a Level. These references were supported by cameo versions of the title, music from each version. In this case, both pieces were arranged by Tim Wright. So getting here with no fireball, you ain't going to get absolutely anywhere. Instant kill. I don't know if it's actually possible to defeat it with your fist. My lord, he died there. Brilliant though. Shadow of the Beast was designed by Martin Edmondson and Paul Holworth of Reflections Interactive over the course of 9 months. It was their second 16-bit game after the previous game, Ballistic. Edmondson and Holworth described it as the most ambitious project to date, and stated they wanted to push the Amiga and Atari ST to its technical limits. To achieve this, the Amiga version was written first, so it will take full advantage of all the computer's advanced hardware capabilities. The game uses up to 12 layers of palette scrolling and up to 128 colours on screen. And what a result! It is absolutely sensational. Now I was 7 when we got this game, and we got it in January 1990, bought it with our Christmas money. What a purchase! Again, we knew nothing about the game itself, and especially the artwork that drew us to it in the first place. The shop we bought it from was in Maidstone in Kent at the time, called Kent Micro. What we paid for it we cannot remember, but of course it was bundled in with a t-shirt. Unfortunately that went a long time ago. But when we saw this for the first time, absolutely blown away by it. The music was sensational, the sound was sensational, the animation was tremendous, and so was the graphics. The parallax is absolutely incredible. Now I know this game is not to everyone's tastes, but take nothing away from the graphics, the parallax, the music is absolutely out of this world. But yes, it's incredibly difficult, but I have completed it a few times, including on stream. 2020 was a great year for Morgan's Games long play completions on live stream. I completed Shadow of the Beast 1, Shadow of the Beast 2 and Shadow of the Beast 3 on live streams, without cheats of course, and a few other ones thrown in as well. But it was brilliant, absolutely sensational. Now I should complete this game every single time I play it. I've played it that much, but I don't. But I do get very, very close, but it's still incredibly difficult to complete, even though I played it at absolute death. At a moment of time, we had 2 keys. No, we don't. We've had 1 key. The other one we've used already to get out of the tree. Now, I'm sure I'm not alone, but I'm sure everyone, when they first got this game, or played it for the first time, went right at the start instead of left. Of course, that is the wrong way to go. And of course, me and my brother kept doing that in the old days and getting absolutely nowhere. You need to go to the tree. You need 2 keys. 1 to exit the tree and 1 to exit the castle. So I'm sure many people have got to the castle with no keys. So yeah, of course, in the old days, we didn't know that, which is why I made so many mistakes in the old days. Now, you do get a maximum of 12 lives. So at the moment, we've got 11. We do have another key. But again, the enemies, the sprites, brilliant. Now you do have a punch and a flying kick, but it's actually the punch I tend to use the most. But every so often, a kick does come into play very well, and very useful as well. Of course, you can jump. Anyway, we've got to make our way to the castle, which is no easy task. Now, the worst enemy on this level, without a shadow of a doubt, is the spears. They are evil. You don't get a lot of reaction time, they just appear right underneath you. And there's no real pattern to their movements. Now, I'm sure I'm not alone once again. How many people got to the castle and went in there and it was pitch black? Who knew you need a torch? We knew eventually, but at the starting point, we didn't. But anyway, Shadow of the Beast, an amazing memory for me. Tremendous. Yep. Right, 5. That's fairly good. Go. Oh, very nearly. Very nearly. However, 4 is a great achievement. It should be doable. Right, boss battle. Oh, Jamie, you wally. Okay. Keep punching that toenail. It's a manky toenail. Go on, my son. Go on. Go. Boom. Superb. No energy once again. There you go. I've just freed myself again for the Shadow of the Beast. What a game. What a game. There we go. Another tremendous game. Another great memory for me. Toki. Okay, so the game is Toki, a 1989 shoot-'em-up platform arcade game, all run and gun. Developed and published in Japan by Tech Corporation and published in North America by Fabtech. It was designed by Akari Tsukuma and features elements of tongue-in-cheek humour as well as action. The player takes control of an enchanted ape and must battle hordes of jungle monsters by shooting energy balls from his mouth. The ultimate goal is to destroy the wizard who casts a spell on the title protagonist, thereby transforming him from an ape back into a human form, and also rescuing the kidnapped princess. All in a day's work. The game was ported to several video game consoles and home computer systems. And again, it's absolutely brilliant. I love this game. Got it in 1991. Didn't get it straight away. But the reason why this is a great Amiga memory for me is this was the first game I finished on the Amiga. Now this might surprise you. Bear in mind, R-Type is my all-time favourite game. That one took a while until we got it, but we didn't finish it first. Or should we say, I didn't finish it first. Now, R-Type came out in 1987, but I believe I got it about the same time as we got this. But again, it's superb. Now, I start the game off with 6 lives, but there's so many versions of this game. I've not played all of them, but they are all very good in their own ways. Not finished many, but the C64 has 5 levels instead of 6. At the moment, we're firing fire with fire. You can fire in any direction by holding the fire button down and the direction you want to go. You also fire while crouching, fire while jumping, also fire when you're grabbing onto a vine. And you can also get so many different power-ups. Some of them do fire in multiple angles. But anyway, it's a great game. Love it. Now, this game has a time limit, but it's very rare I've run out of time on this one. But anyway, it's like one stage at a time. Each level has a boss battle at the end of it, and some of them are challenging, but not as challenging as other versions. Anyway, I don't know how many times I completed this game. Loads. Really have. It's always great to play. And I love the music too. And again, it's another one by Ocean. Right. Now, of course, you get power-ups you don't get in this version that would have got in the arcade version, including the bunny shoes that makes you jump higher. Not here. No bunny shoes are here. But you do get a crash helmet. When you have got the crash helmet, it protects you from forward and attacks above you, but not behind you. But you can also jump on enemies' heads. Anyway, not far away from the next boss, or first boss, should we say. Now, make sure you're in the right position. There we go. Now, this game does have boss energy bars, which is quite rare for some of these retro games. And also, Toki can also swim. Not here though, there's no water here at all. There we go. Superb. Score 5,760, and we ended with 6 lives and 11 coins. And the game is a typical platformer in which the player traverses through several levels with a mini-boss at the end. Despite his apparent handicap and slowness as an ape, and the fact that almost any attack can kill him, Toki is able to spit fireball shots that will help him defeat enemies and obstacles, and will try to slow him down on his mission. There's a timer for each stage. Right, this one is Brainbox, and he attacks you with his eyeballs. Now you've got to try and shoot him wherever you can. Anywhere will do. But again, we have an energy bar. Now as you progress through the game, the boss battle will have slightly more energy each time. There we go, goes with the spin There you go. Due to its popularity, within the next 2 years the game was ported to a large number of home video consoles and home computers at the time. Ocean Software published versions for the Amiga and Atari ST. They also advertised versions of the ZX Spectrum and Amstrad CDC, the Spectrum version that was previously in issue 90 of Crash magazine, but neither were materialised. Right, next boss. He attacks you with burps. You'll be killed by a burp. Also does a kick attack. But anyway, again, it should be fairly doable provided you stay in one place, but of course you can have to shoot in multiple angles as well. There we go, pow! Stage completed. Okay, next boss is a mammoth. Right, lots of energy. Avoid his tusks, avoid his trunk. Anyway, I love this game, love this level, love the music. Anyway, take it one stage at a time. I am safe there, but again, you don't really need to move around as much. Just keep jumping whenever you need to. They can jump onto those tusks, if you so wish to. Right, so we should be fine if we keep firing. There we go, falls to pieces. There we go. Superb. Stage clear. Okay, next boss. Now, if you're playing this on the C64, this will be the final level. Final boss. Got to shoot him in the heart. Now, he has his feet. One hand is going round and round, and another one can actually recharge any lost energy the heart has taken when it grabs it. It grabs it just at the right time. Now, in other versions, if you shoot his feet, they will go back. They do it here as well. Right, the heart is regenerating. We've got to shoot it fast. He's doing it again. It's a tough one, this one. Always has been. Always will be. There we go. Boom, boom, pow! Superb. C64 will be a completion there. Not here. Okay, we're approaching the end of this game. I think you see where this video is going. It's a memories video. This is the first game I completed on Amiga. Why not? Do it again. It's a brilliant level though. A bit of a Donkey Kong Country look to it. Anyway, you do get rewards with lights and occasional power. I do try and avoid it though. When you get off of it, you don't want a short range weapon, you want a long range weapon. So I try and get the lights. Anyway, not far away, then we have the boss, the final boss. Like the Temple of Doom, we've got to jump from track to track. This is where we want a long range weapon. Trying to kill that enemy with a fire is not an easy task. I've actually missed the power, but never mind, we're going to risk it for a biscuit. I missed that one though. Right, on we go. Now the remake is a very, very good remake, but this is a very, very difficult boss on that version. Of course, on the C64, it doesn't feature at all. And they've got to shoot him in the heart. The second boss in this game, got to shoot him in the heart while avoiding his attacks, which is on his hands. And they can jump on his hands. As long as you jump on them and they don't touch you any other way, you'll be fine. But again, you can get away with just staying in the same place most of the time, just avoiding the attacks that come your way. Completed this so many times. There we go. Another completion. Stage clear. The one gave the Amiga version of Toki an overall score of 88%, calling its gameplay standard stuff, but praised the variety of gameplay that's outside of norm, posing such examples as Toki's ability to swim, climb and ride trolleys, stating that these all help to make it stand out from the current crop of the arcade versions. The one praised Toki's gameplay, stating that the gameplay is so well balanced, becoming gradually harder as you get into it. Furthermore, stating that it is exactly the way it should be. The one also praised Toki's music and graphics, expressing that it complements the action perfectly and adds greatly to the game's appeal. Furthermore, stating that Toki's animations add instant appeal and calls Toki an enjoyable diversion, as enjoyable as it is pretty. There we go, and this is my favourite song in this game. It's absolutely superb. There we go, Jamie. You've not only completed this video, you've done a long play while doing it. Anyway, go on to the next game. Now this one might surprise quite a lot of you if you know me very, very well. Of course, R-Type is my favourite game of all time, but for this Memories video, I'm going for R-Type 2 on this one. Okay, so the game is R-Type 2, a horizontal scrolling arcade shoot-em-up game developed by IBM in 1989. The second game in the R-Type series. The player takes control of the R9C, which is an improved version of its predecessor, the R9. The ship's design was changed slightly and the wave cannon was given a new charge level, and 2 new weapons were added. The search laser and the shotgun laser, bringing the weapons up to 5. A new anti-ground unit bomb was also added to the weapon missile inventory. Although the number of levels would decrease from the previous game, the number of enemies, their durability, the bullets on screen were increased greatly. The enemy movement and the terrain was also made trigger, bringing the game's difficulty up considerably. The same revival system used in the first game is also included with the checkpoint, allowing the player to be put back into play after the ship has been destroyed. Now I know you're thinking, why have you picked this one over the first game? R-Type 1 is always going to be my favourite game of all time. Amazing game. But the reason why I've included this one was the excitement of knowing that there was actually going to be a sequel on the Amiga. Now I remember it very well. I saw it in a magazine. It wasn't a big article in the magazine. It was just one small screenshot with R-Type 2 underneath it. It wasn't much, it was enough. I was so excited. I could not wait to play it. The problem is it took me a long time until I did play it. A few years. Now to this day, I have never actually seen a box version with my own 2 eyes, only online or in a magazine. But I looked in so many shops, I never saw it. I looked high, I looked low, never found it. I never thought I was actually going to play it one day, but one day, I actually came home from school, one of my brother's friends came round, and he brought round a disc version of it. It was a copy-floppy situation. I know we shouldn't have done it, but we all did it. But I didn't do it this time, one of my brother's friends did. And I was so excited, I could not wait to play it. I mean, it's not as good as the first game. The Amiga version is rather slow. The music is not as good. But it's still R-Type, and I still played it up to death. And I still love it. However, I've never completed it on the Amiga. The furthest I've got is level 3. I'm not proud of that, but I can't get past level 3 boss. The only versions I completed it on is the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 1. But anyway, it's a brilliant game. One day, maybe I'll complete it. It's a tremendous game. One day, I will get the box version of my collection. There we go. Next on the list, Lemmings. A classic. Great memories of this one. Okay, so the game, this is Lemmings, a puzzle platform video game originally developed by DMA Design in Dundee, Scotland, and published by Psygnosis for the Amiga in 1991, and was later ported to numerous other platforms. The game was programmed by Russell Kay, Mike Daly, and David Jones, and it was inspired by a simple animation Daly created while experimenting with deluxe paint. The objective of the game is to guide a group of lemmings through a number of obstacles to a designated exit to save the required number of lemmings to win. One must determine how to assign a limited number of 8 different skills to specific lemmings to allow the selected lemming to alter the landscape and affect the behaviour of other lemmings, or to clear the obstacle to create a safe passage for the rest of the lemmings. And that was extremely difficult to read while doing it. It's a brilliant game. Again, a great memory, and I'm sure it was for everyone else as well. It was a brilliant game. We never played anything like this before. Once this came out, it was a brilliant moment. And what makes it a great memory for me, as I mentioned this before in some of my videos, me and my brother, we didn't really sort of play games head to head. We took it in turns. We worked together. When we got this game, we was absolutely addicted to it. We just kept playing it over and over and over again, just to see how far we could go. Now we had this great big piece of paper, it was like this, and every time we got past the level, we wrote the code down, and we just kept going until this piece of paper was completely full to the brim. And then one day, we came to a complete stop. We got absolutely stuck on this one particular level for absolutely ages. I'll put it up in a minute. And we just kept trying and trying and trying. That's what makes it a good memory for me, the fact that we just kept trying, working together, trying this and trying that, and trying everything we could do. Eventually we got past it. It was a great moment. But again, it's just a really, really good fun game, which I've never actually completed. It's got so many levels. It's just brilliant. Absolutely superb. Of course, it was released on so many different versions. But there we go. We should be fine here. With the pow. Now, this is the one we got stuck on. I know you're probably thinking, Jamie, it's simple. It is now. But back in the old days, it wasn't. It's a memory. I remember it very, very well. But we got stuck on it for ages. The trouble is, you've got one builder, and we just couldn't figure out. We need one there, and you need one there. We tried bashing through here, we tried everything. We just couldn't figure it out. It took us about 2, maybe 3 days. Eventually, we got through it. Once we got through it, we made some good progression. But what you've got to try and do is climb up here, but you've got to try and turn him around. So what you do is you dig down here, and then build, but build to a point where we can turn round and also allow the lemmings to step up. So we build from there to there. Now if the step is too big, they won't climb up, but you want them to turn around. And because he turns around, because he can climb, he should be able to climb up there, and then we use the miner. But again, you've got to mine to a point where they can actually step up. But don't mine too much, it will start mining down here. But you've got to rescue all of them. But yes, now it's very, very simple. But back then, we couldn't do it. Eventually we did it. It took a few attempts. It took a few days. That's what I remember. So there we go. They go up, and he will go up there because he's a climber. But because he's got a parachute, he should come back down to Earth safely. And there we go. Done. Lemmings was one of the best received video games in the early 1990s. It was the second highest rated game in the history of Amstrad Action, and was considered the 8th greatest video game of all time by Next Generation in 1996. Lemmings is one of the most widely ported and best-selling video games, and is estimated to have sold around 20 million copies between its various ports. The popularity of the game also led to creation of several sequels, remakes and spin-offs, and was also inspired by similar games. There we go, brilliant. Absolutely superb. It's so much easier now you know how to do it. But yes, I remember it very well. There is one here that's playing catch up. He did all the work. There's always one lemming, well, most of the time, that does all the work, while the other ones just wait patiently, wait for the right time, and they go home. So anyway, no lemming deaths here. 100% is what we needed, and that's what we provided. Pow! But again, a great moment. Thanks. There you go, cued awesome music by Tin Follin. Great game. This is my next pick, Ghouls and Ghosts. Tremendous game. Difficult though. Very difficult in fact. Okay, so the game, ready and go. This is Ghouls and Ghosts, a side-scrolling platform game developed by Capcom, released for arcades in 1988, and subsequently ported to many other platforms. It's a sequel to Ghosts and Goblins and the second game in the Ghosts and Goblins series. Now the Amiga version could have been so much better, but it's okay. But it does need sound effects. But the music from Tin Follin is brilliant. But the reason why this is a memory for me is these games are known for difficulty. And this one is also very, very difficult. But how I did it in the old days, I have no idea. But in the old days, not only did I complete this game without cheats, I did it twice. How I did it, I absolutely have no idea. But that's an amazing achievement. Now, I do play it quite a bit. From time to time, I have streamed it. But I can't get close to finishing this game. I might get to level 3. And sometimes level 4, but that's pretty much my limit. But I don't know how I did it. I have no idea. But anyway, let's give it a try. Now you can fire up, which of course you couldn't do in Ghosts and Goblins. Now, at the moment we've got to avoid these birds and avoid the guillotines. Now also, the weapons in this game are not great. There are some good ones, but most of the time they're bad. And losing your armour is also a bad thing, and you don't get it back as often as you would like. Now you do get a time limit. But when you reach a checkpoint, and the moment we just have, it is actually extended. We do have good armour at the moment, but there must be a better weapon around here somewhere. Now you can shoot in multiple angles. Now we do get chests, but 9 times out of 10, it's something bad in there. But also, enemies respawn a lot. And they're dangerous, deadly. Now these things here, I don't know what they're called, but they do fire multiple skulls. And they respawn loads. They really, really do. All the time. Now we need a better weapon. We desperately need a better weapon. But sometimes you can get it. Right, round here there should be a chest. Now we've got the best armour, but not the best weapon. I'm not going to get that. Now if you hold the fire button down, you do a charging move, which fires in 3 directions, which is good, but the trouble is you can't attack while doing it. You cannot move, which is not good if a boss battle's nearby. If you're attacking it with a boss, yes, it's good, but the boss can also shoot at you, but you can't move while doing it. Now, round here is a pig. Now, sometimes you'll absolutely run onto that screen, and sometimes you won't. But in other versions, you jump. But the rate of fire is not great in this game. But anyway, it's around here somewhere. But it does need a better rate of fire. It really, really does. Right, okay. Now these have respawned again. Now, you don't want those skulls too close together. But there you go, it's respawned again. It's like a production line. Right, okay, let's run for it. Let's deal with this second pig. shoot her from down here, but she can't attack you from up there. Right. Have they stopped respawning? Yes. Now, it's very rare I get to this boss with armour. But it's a very, very difficult boss because your rate of fire is not good. And your jumping is not good for jumping over difficult bullets like fireballs. Anyway, time is ticking away, Jamie. Right, gonna charge it up and go for it. You can also attack forwards while jumping backwards. Right, boom and pow! But we've run out of time! Okay, here again. A little bit more time this time. 52 seconds. And we have armour. And a reasonably good weapon. Let's go again. He's so quick with those attacks. But yeah, his jumping is not great. There we go, boom and pow! Have some of that. Right, okay. Blimey. Right, okay. 26 seconds remain. We have the key. We have armour now. There we go, 5,000 bonus. Okay, here we go again. As simple as that, right? There we go. Now this is also a very, very difficult level, but I love this music once again. Tremendous music by Tim Follin. It'll be squished by a tortoise. But we do have a good weapon. It actually goes, sort of moves with the platform. It runs along it. Now again, it's going to be good. Well, I'm not going to risk it. It'll be squished by a tortoise. Right, on we go. Now, you cannot kill the ones that are bouncing. Only the ones that are walking. Right, so this is a difficult area. It always is. This is one of the world's worst bridges. Now, down there is an enemy, which is difficult to avoid in certain versions. This one's not too bad, because he's slow. You go down here while he's backtracking. They do get the occasional flying enemy, which is always a handful. They always are. Right, go, go, go. There's a torch. I do not want that. But we do have... Right, I'm not going to look at that. We do have a good weapon here. And we have armour here. Okay. But yeah, in the old days, how I completed this without cheats, I do not know. Right, I'm going to... Turn of an old friend. Right, we lost my armour. It's fine, but it should be a checkpoint around here. And it does bounce up and down. Now again, we do have some really difficult enemies. And of course, they are flying. Anything that flies in this game is always an issue. Is that armour? No, it's a baddie. It's going to turn me into something, isn't it? If it reaches, it didn't. Right, okay. Keep these at bay. But again, you don't want a slow range weapon. At the moment, I have. But that's okay. Armour. Boo pow. Right, going for it. I'm trying to remember the pattern. But again, we've got a good weapon. I'm going to charge this up and hit it with a piece of glass. Hopefully he'll jump into it. Blimey. Pow! Woohoo! There we go! 1 minute 10 remaining. 5,000 points. Okay, we're at level 3. But yes, again, I don't know how I did it in the old days. I've actually used 2 continues already. But yeah, Jamie, how did you do it? I just do not know. But anyway, another tough level. This one takes place on an elevator. And a lot of old school games does have an elevator scene. Probably not one quite as big as this. Now again, we do have a good weapon. But again, evil flying enemies are the worst. They really are. They always are. Now this next boss, if I get there, is a cloud. A cloud with an eyeball, which is his weakness. But here, you've got to move with the platform. But don't hang around too long, you get squished. Now in other versions, this bit is extremely difficult. But this one, it's not too bad. Provided you keep moving and don't get hit by a spike. That was lucky. That was extremely lucky. I'll take that. Right, okay. I've got armour. I can't believe I've still got armour. Right, but you have extended tongues, which keep going in and going out. So wait patiently for a tongue. It's got to be around here somewhere. There we go. Boom, pow. Right. So you've got to jump from tongue to tongue. Now again, other versions are more challenging because you can be consumed by these enemies. Right, one at a time, we have armour. And we have a good weapon. Right, bring on the clouds. Bring on the clouds. Right, okay. You need to get off to a good start, not a bad start. The trouble is, it doesn't have a particularly rememberable moving pattern. Oh my lord. No one wants to be killed by a cloud. There we go. Boom and pow. There we go. Blimey. 5,000 bonus. Ready and go. Right. It's rare I do get here, but sometimes I do. Now this one is difficult because we have spikes on the ceiling. But anyway, yeah, don't want to jump into a spike on the ceiling. Also, we have, oh my lord, so many other things thrown into the mix. But we do have good armour here. Trouble is, you can't reach them from there. Oh my lord. I got him just. What is that? Now I have to admit, most of this level is a bit of a blur. I can't really remember a lot about it. But in the old days, it clearly wasn't an issue. It does amaze me sometimes that I can complete games in the old days. I can't do it in the nowadays. Okay, I've reached a checkpoint, but we have this mystery thing that pops out of the water. It just appears from nowhere. Like that. So I guess you just got to run for it. Run, run, run. Run like Forrest Gump. How do you avoid that thing? Right, this is a mystery. We have this thing that pops out of the water. How you avoid it, I actually have no idea, apart from just running for it. Run like Forrest Gump, that thing. How are you supposed to avoid that? Provided there's no more, we should get through it. Ah! Oh my god. Killed by thing. Oh, I could have down that one. Anywhere. Now we have spikes on the... How are you supposed to avoid that? How are you supposed to avoid that? Oh, there we go. Mind you, I can't be blamed for that. Those evil enemies popping themselves out of the water. There we go. My next pick goes to this great game. Copyright 1989 by Enterprise. This is Battle Squadron. Okay, so the game, this is Battle Squadron, a virtually scrolling shoot-'em-up game for the Amiga, ported a year later to Sega Mega Drive. For 1 or 2 players, it's a sequel to Hybris. Taking place many years in the Another Star system, a long-century war raging between Earth Defense Fleet and the Bad Empire. 2 Earth Defense commanders, Laurie and Barry, were returning from a research and destroy mission regarding the latest bad technologies on the planet Urania, when suddenly a Bat cruiser materialised behind them, brought their ship in, and took the commanders hostage on planet Urania. The player's mission is to rescue the commanders and eliminate all barracks threats in the process. There you go. Another superb shoot-'em-up came out in 1989. What a year it was for the Amiga. I got this in 1992, but what makes it a great memory for me was how I got it. Now, I'm pretty sure I did actually borrow this from a friend in the old days, but there wasn't many people I knew in the old days that did have an Amiga. Most people were Sega Mega Drives and the SNES. But anyway, I borrowed it and I absolutely loved it. And of course, at this point, I had played R-Type and I was a huge shoot-'em-up fan. So again, it ticked all the boxes for me. I love the way it looks, love the way it plays, love the sound effects, love the music. Difficult though. Now, it was actually 3 weeks before my birthday. I remember it well. I went to Maidstone in Kent with my dad and my brother. And even though I didn't have the money at the time, I went into the shop and still had a look around. And I picked this game up, and I'd never seen a box version before, and I said I really wanted this one so badly. But anyway, I put it back and continued to look around, and somehow, I don't know how my brother did it, but he did it in a really sneaky way. he picked it up, took it to the counter, paid for it. I didn't actually realise he'd done it. I didn't actually see him do it. So he must have done it really sneakily away. I was too busy looking at all the other games, I suppose. But anyway, my birthday came, and I saw the box. I recognised the shape of the box, and I had a feeling I knew what it was. It was from my brother. Opened it up, and there it was. Battle Squadron. And it was such a nice moment for me, because my brother didn't buy me many games. The only other game he's bought me in my life was on the C64, which is Way of the Exploding Fist, which is another superb game. But I mean, it was a nice feeling for me that he went and bought me a game for the Amiga, one I desperately wanted. It was a really nice moment for me. But again, it's a brilliant game, never finished it. But again, I can get quite far. But this is definitely a bullet hell, it really is. At the moment of time, we're firing the red weapon. You do get quite a lot of weapons in this one. And you can focus on one particular colour and just keep collecting the same power up again to increase its power. In this case, increase its range. This is my favourite weapon. It goes to pretty much the full length of the screen once it's fully maxed out. But when you die, you don't lose all your weapons. It just slowly downgrades. But anyway, enter here. There you go. Good pow. Good work. You made it so far. Now enter an inner core on planet Terrania. Okay, on we go. Now you've got to try and defeat all the areas. There's not many in this game, but you can actually do them in any order you like. Once you defeat the boss, then that area is clear. You go back to the main section again, and you fly to the next area. But this one is difficult. There's so many enemies that take multiple hits. So yeah, definitely just keep you on the toes, this one. But yeah, you will be firing all cylinders. Especially these, they take so many hits. Really, really do. They also do have the Nova Bomb. Now I have to admit, I don't particularly like the Nova Bomb. Or should we say, I don't like the way you activate the Nova Bomb. What you have to do is you have to move the joystick around in a circular motion. Which sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It's a mystery sometimes. But there we go. It's brilliant, but it's difficult to perform. And we also pick up these X's. And I don't know what their purpose is. I'm assuming it works as in getting additional lives. Maybe we'll pick up a certain quantity. I should know. I've got a box here. Now these Nova Bombs, at the moment of time, I've got quite a few of them, but I'm trying to save them up as much as possible. Save them for the more difficult times ahead. Again, it's difficult to perform. I'm going to try and upgrade this red one to its full state. But anyway, that's really, really good. Once it's gone the full length of the screen, it will start to enhance it even more by making the bullets bigger. Without some big, big bullets. The bigger the bullets, the better the distance, the more he is a kill. Anyway, on we go. But again, it's a really good game. At the moment of time, we've got 3 lives, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 Nova Bombs. Okay, I believe this is actually 100% maxed out now, so we're firing all cylinders. But taking one death, you're going to downgrade. And it takes a lifetime to get back. Ugh, it doesn't completely remove all of them when you die. 1, maybe 2. Now these X's, every time you pick one up, it will give you 1,000 points at the end of the stage on how many you picked up. But anyway, you also get red, blue, green, and yellow. I think yellow seems to be the most popular with some of my subscribers. Now yellow is good as well, but I've always preferred the red one because you're going the full length of the screen, so we're pretty much making target everywhere we go. Stay on target. Now blue is good because blue can fire backwards. It's the only one that can. And there's one particular level, it's the one after this one, which you definitely need to be firing backwards because there's so many enemies that appear from behind you. And that's one of the problems with shoot 'em ups. But anyway, these holes on the ground, keep clear of those because enemies will pop out of them from time to time. Right. So, we've got to defeat this boss. We should have enough Nova Bombs to get this job done. We should have enough weapons to get the job done. And once again, it's not working when it wants to, but at the moment it does. There we go, boom, pow. Keep it under control, Jamie. Keep it under control. You don't want these bullets too close together. So yes, each boss will appear twice. Defeat it for a second time, and you clear that area. And you go back to the main area again, and you go to the next. But yeah, it doesn't seem like a very, very long game, but I've never actually finished it before. But there we go, superb. Nice job. You have discovered one of the inner levels of Planet Terrania. Now going to the servers again. But anyway, a tremendous game, absolutely superb. Battle Squadron. Okay, everybody, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. That was a very, very difficult video to put together, but I had a lot of fun with it. I'll leave you with some outtakes. Surprise, surprise. But anyway, until next time, this is Jamie from Borders Games. Please like this, comment, share. Please subscribe to my channel, Facebook fan page, myself on Twitch. Just type in Borders Games, you'll find it fairly easy. Please remember to click the bell icon, notify your videos, and like that. More than these sort of videos, refreshing on places like Change, Happy Baking, and live streaming on Friday night, you get something like clocks. So I'll wait. Next time, ciao, bye, see ya. You can run back to the coffin if you're low on health to regenerate, as well as you must be back in the coffin before the sun runs up. As well as be back to your coffin before the sun runs. I said it again. The sun runs up. Next level. Now this game is I'll do it again. That is what you should have said. Not got in a major twist. Why is there a nail on the floor? Where did it come from? It was designed by Ikari Tsukuma and features elements of tongue-in-cheek humour combined with action. Oh, poo! With an initial commission of 10,000 units, a total of 186 was sold. No. 186,000, Jamie. 186 and 186,000 is quite a big difference. Also bundled in with New Zealand Story, F818 Interceptor and... I'm really struggling to say that. F818 Interceptor. F8... Batman the Movie, an action video game developed and published by Ocean Software. Based on the 1989 movie of the same name. It was released on the 98... Oh, god damn. Name. It was released in 1999 for the Amiga, Amstrad CPC, Atari ST, Commodore 64, MS-DOS. MS-DOS? What's MS-DOS? MS-DOS, Jamie. MS-DOS, MSX, and ZX Spectrum. It was released in 1989 for Amiga, Amstrad CPC, Atari ST, Commodore 64, MS-DOS. I said it again! MS-DOS! MS-DOS, Jamie! MS-DOS! MS-DOS doesn't exist! What is MS-DOS? Have you played an MS-DOS? No, I haven't! MS-DOS. TV's going to turn itself off, which you can't see. Oh, my lord. Okay! Again. And again. There we go! A very, very slow boss. But there we go. A boom boom pow. My lord! Okay, this is the game. This is Lemmings. Lemmings is a puzzle platform video game originally developed by DMA Dundee, Scotland, and published by Psygnosis for the Amiga in 1991, and later ported to numerous other platforms. Okay, so the game. This is Lemmings, a puzzle platform video game developed by Oh, Jamie. Oh no. Sorry. I can't read at the moment. I'm terrible at reading. Okay, so the game is Lemmings, a puzzle platform video game originally developed by DMA Dundee. No, Jamie. DMA Design in Dundee, Scotland. You should know this. You should know this. Right, hold on. I'm going to get this right in a minute. If it kills me. It's killing these lemmings too. Okay, so the game is Lemmings, a puzzle platform video game developed by DMA Jamie, DMA Dundee in... No. DMA Design in Dundee, Scotland. My lord, people in Scotland are going to be cursing in their chairs. Right there. Hold on. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I bought this in the old days. TV's going to turn itself off, but you can't see. But only I can. Oh, my lord. Hang on a minute. I'm doing some backtracking. At the moment of time, I don't have a great weapon.